Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome, I'm Stefania. Today's video is gonna be a flip through. I'm gonna finally show you the pages that I've created in my reading journal for July. I'm gonna start as always from the daily pages, and then I'm gonna move to the monthly pages. I've added a few books that I've read in July in this spread, and I'm gonna be honest, July wasn't a month full of books. Especially if I'm gonna compare it to the previous month, which was June. I haven't read that much. But still, there were good books, so I'm really happy about it. I think I would be a little bit more disappointed if I would have read only a few books and I didn't like them or enjoy them. Instead, it wasn't this the case because I like them and I'm okay with that. Book log, I've added a few books that I read in July, and as you can see I still have plenty of space for the next few months. I never know how much space I'm gonna need at the beginning of the year when I create these spreads, because I really go from months like June, in which I've read like 8 books, to July, in which I've ended up reading only 3 books, so I don't know, but in this way I'm sure I have enough space for the whole year. I'd rather finish the year and have some spreads not fully filled in, so having still some space for more books, instead of arriving at a certain point of the year and be like, okay, I don't have any more space, what do I do now? Because this happened before and I didn't like it. Reading tracker, July, I've done it again. I read a little bit each single day, but as you can see, there have been only a few days in which I've read more than 100 pages. So it wasn't like other months in which there have been more months full of a lot of pages each day, each single day, but it's fine because my goal as always is to read a little bit each single day, and I've done it again. 2024 books read. These are the 3 books that I've read in July. Week 1, my favorite book was the Reappearance of Rachel Price. I still have to print the cover of the book. I'm gonna add it here, however it has been already added in this page. Favorite books, I still have to add it here again. I'm gonna print it soon. It's the Reappearance of Rachel Price. For me was a 5 stars. Monthly reads, I've had the 3 books that I've read in July. Leggiamo con le streghe, the book of the month was the first one of And Here Comes the Rise series, which I've read at the beginning of the year, but I still have to print the little cover here. I think I've said this before, which is if there's a book that gets picked up and I've already read it, I'm not gonna reread it, I just know it, but since I've read it, I'm gonna add it here anyway. Well, for Cerbero Book Club, I don't recall it because I haven't read it, that's why, because I was really into other books. So I was like, okay, July wasn't really calling me. I remember which ones was, so it has been updated. It's fully done like this, because here I only had the books that I actually read with the book club and not the ones that get picked up, because if I'm not gonna read them, I'm not gonna add them here. Series tracker, I've updated it, I guess so, I'm not sure. Bingo, I know I've updated it, but don't ask me with what, because I don't remember what I've colored this month. Storygraph challenge, with July I've reached 36 books and my goal is 50. I think I'm gonna reach it, but I don't know, also because while I'm recording this, we're about the first few weeks of September, and yes, August was a pretty good month, but I already know that September is going to be a month without a lot of books because I started the series, which has only 3 books, but they aren't as short, so I don't know if I'm gonna read anything else. But still, I am pretty confident that before the end of the year I'll reach 50. Anyway, I still have to update both Storygraph, Goodreads, everything. Okay, all the challenges, I think that there was, oh yes, I've had the books that could still fill in the alphabet one, and I can tell you're starting to be a little bit hard because I can't find anything to add here. I keep on choosing books which have titles to start with the same letter that previous books started with. And then Kiss to, well, I don't think I've updated them. No. Oh, this one, it's never mind. I don't know why I keep on trying it. Every year I try, and every year I don't go that far in it. Genre tracker. In July, the 3 books were all from different genres, so I'm really happy about it. TBR. Okay, July started with 4 books, then above 6 books. I read 3 of them, and I've finished the month with 7 books in my TBR. Reading stats. In July I read 3 books, and they were all physical books. 1,632 pages. I read for 31 days, 1 book in English and 2 in Italian, and as you can see were good books because there was a 4 stars, a 4 stars and half, and a 5 stars. Now we can move straight to the monthly pages. I'm not gonna talk about the monthly stats because I've just said them in my yearly pages. As always, if you want to check out the plan with me video, it's online. As you can see, July was a month in which I've read 3 books that I started and finished. Then there's a book that I've started, I don't remember when, it's a non-fiction one, and I'm taking it incredibly slowly with it. Like really, I don't know if I'll finish it before the end of the year, because for example I've read it in these 2 days of July, then for the whole month of August I haven't read a single page from that book, but it's fine. I know that when it comes to non-fiction I have to give it a lot of time, because if I would fully jump into it and I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna read anything else, I just know I would end up reading anything at all. And then at the end of the month I started another book, but I finished it in August. Reading tracker, as I said, I read a little bit each single day and I'm really happy about it. And I like this tracker, it's really easy to create it and even to use it. Now I'm gonna talk about the 3 books that I read in July. As always, this is a full video, it's not a review one, so I'm not gonna go too deep into the books because well, simply I don't want to give any spoilers. The first book of the month was the 3rd one in the And Here Comes to Rise series. I love this series so much. I'm so happy that they're finally bringing it here in Italy, and I was so happy about this. I really love this series and I can't wait to read the next one, even though I know that the next one is gonna focus on 2 other characters, and I'm a little bit sad about it because for how this one ends, I want to know more about the let's say the main character that has been with us since the first book, and well, I don't know, I'm not so happy about that, but at the same time I understand the need of us talking about these 2 other characters that we've met in the first 2 books. But I guess that part of me would be like, okay, you know what, you could have talked about them and even give to the reader something about everybody else. But it's fine. I can't wait for that to come out, and I hope it's gonna be by the end of this year. I know it's already out in English, but I started the series in Italian and I want to keep on buying it in Italian. Anyway, I really love this series so much, really. I know that a lot of people are mad about it because they're like, oh, it's a carbon copy of Throne of Glass. I don't see it as a carbon copy of Throne of Glass. I see a lot of things which are so different from Throne of Glass. You know, I am loving this series, so say whatever you want. I will keep on saying I love it, and that yes, there could be some things that could make you think about Throne of Glass or other books, but I think it's quite hard nowadays to find a book which doesn't do that. Some people said that this book was really long, like there wasn't happening a lot, but I think this is also what I love about this series, is that there is enough happening in each single book and it's taking the right time too. Like, if everything that would have happened in this book would have been like thrown to the reader in like half of the pages, I think it would be too fast. So I'm really happy that the author is taking all her time to bring us through this world and whatever is happening. I just really love it. I will not say anything more because whatever I'm gonna say, it's quite of a spoiler for the previous 2 books and I don't want to. But if you have some free time and you don't know what to read, go for this series. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I am obsessed with Holly Jackson. I think I've said it before. Now I just buy her books without even reading what they're about. Okay? So, I bought this book. Yes. Have I read what it was about? No. But I knew I would have ended up loving it probably. And it happened because it was my 5 stars. What I've learned throughout reading her books is that she chooses her title by looking at them. Like, she's not just throwing in a title. For her, the title has to have a meaning. So when I've read the title, I was like, oh, she's gonna come back. Rachel isn't gone forever. Because elsewhere, why would she call it the reappearance of Rachel Price? And here I'm not giving you a spoiler, because if you're gonna read behind the book, the plot, what's like the book it's about, you're gonna read that there is written that she comes back. For sure, I wasn't expecting it to be this soon, I would say. I really felt what Belle, the main character, was feeling. I was like, she's confused and I would be confused just as much as she is. I was getting her completely, and just like her, I was thinking, okay, my brain is telling me this, but my heart is telling me the same? Yes, no? And if my heart is telling me a thing, but my brain is telling me another, which one should I believe? I definitely loved to see her going through these moments in which she was like, who should I believe, mom or dad? A person who's been with me my entire life, or a person that like disappeared when I was 2 years old and now I'm 18, she just came back from nowhere. Should I believe her version, even if what she's saying isn't all correct? Like, she's saying a thing and then if you're gonna ask it to her again, some details could be a little bit different. Is it because she's still living in a trauma, or is it because she was actually making all up? I really understood Belle from the beginning till the end. Rachel is that other character that I was like, okay, do I trust you or not? But at the same time, I was like trying to understand her and read behind her actions. I was like, okay, why would somebody do that? This book took me a few days because I've been really busy with work and let's say I couldn't find more time to read. But if I would have had several days in which I had hours to read, this is part of these books that you could start and not put down for hours. I really loved it, 5 stars. Then I finished the month with XOXO, and here's the thing. When I finished it, I was like, yes, I like this book, 4 stars. But already back then there was something that wasn't like feeling right for me, or better, I felt like something was missing. Maybe I wanted more about the characters, or to read more about some moments. But the thing is that if I think about it right now, I don't think I would give to this book 4 stars anymore. I don't know, the story, yes, was cute and lovely, and you could definitely feel the pressure that these 2 kids had on themselves. Like, one was feeling like the one that had to support the family, the other one was like she was doing everything that her mom was expecting for her to do, so there was no way she could have to deal with boys because it would have distracted her from her future. And I'm really happy that then she ended up making choices to be more like, I would say, normal, so to do things that girls her age actually do, instead of only worrying about playing her instrument over and over again just to get better and better and better. I think that I was expecting more. So yes, it was a 4 stars. If I would have to think about how many stars I would give it today, it wouldn't be 4 stars. But as I said before in other videos, I don't go back and change my rating according to what I'm thinking about them now. So it's gonna still be a 4 stars, but it's not like I'm a big fan of it. So these are the books that I've read in July. Have you read them? Yes? No? Are you planning on reading them? What have you read in July? Let me know it with a comment. As always, thank you so much for your support, for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumb up and to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye!